Why I'm here today is because people have stopped to have the reading culture. I remember when I was getting to medical school, people were telling me, oh, Doctor, you don't need to go to medical school because medical school, you're going to become a bookworm. And being a bookworm, boy, you pity how medical students read. They read about everything. Number one, you read about obstetrics and gynecology. You read about women. You read about the organs. They get to have all this volume in your head. Look at it. All of it in your head. You read about instruments. Oh my God. Harrows are the surgical instruments that you're going to use once you're done with medical school. You read about scissors. How many types of scissors do these people have? You read about some of the instruments that you get them by the roadside. You may not even pick them because they do not have use to any common person walking. Look, what is that? I do know, you don't know. Some things look like a pliers. A mechanic will be able to have a good use of this one, but they do not have an insulator, so a mechanic will not have to use it. Throw it. You read about everything. You read about surgery, how to perform surgery to people. The people that you see walking and they have some stitches, somewhere you see they have a scar that seems to be interrupted. You read a big volume. You read about surgery. Male circumcision. Oh, and by the way, in medicine, conventional medicine, there is no female circumcision. You read about circumcision. And that is what gives the doctors the crisp of doing their work. It is an art. They do not leave the things to do with the Kinamogo or Erimos. I'm talking about real doctors, real clinicians, people who have spent time in the field to make other people's lives meaningful. They go through lots of reading. Oh, material not to be seen by children there. A lot of things. It is a thing that makes them wake up in the night, sleep while not sleeping. I don't know what I mean by that. If you see your wife going to the maternity, please do not question the doctors. What you need to do, ask them what is the procedure going to be. Politely, because these people are under pressure. They do not sleep, they don't have social life. Reading about obstetrics, how their sisters, your mothers, your wives, and your babes are going to deliver successfully and go back with a bundle of joy, several of them. Reading about delivery, how to avoid some of the complications of pregnancy. Reading about management of postpartum hemorrhage, which is bleeding post-delivery. Even the psychosis, postpartum psychosis. And they read until they don't know what else to read. They have read about women, they have read about men, they have read about gonorrhea, venereal diseases. And then there is management of hypertension. Because after you work hard, you refuse to work out. After working hard, you refuse to work out. Some of the lifestyle diseases that you get, hypertension. Oh, the doctors read about everything, even water. What a business. Oh, excuse me, why are you reading water for? Water is for drinking. Put it in a glass and drink it. Yes, the microbes that are in water are what sends you to the doctor, to see the doctor. And it is good because they make their livelihoods out of you. But they read about everything, anything that a doctor comes across. He reads for the sake of you. And that's why sometimes you find a doctor reading about children. Oh, this topic is standards for improving the quality of care for children and young adolescents in health facilities. This is now no longer at home, because when you bring your child to the hospital, what happens to that child is they are predisposed. If they are admitted, or even if they are not admitted, because there are other people by virtue of being sick like your children or yourself who's come to the hospital, they get what we call nosocomial infections, diseases that have been infected because you came to the hospital. Not because you wanted to get the disease, but because it is also some sort of a hub where most of these microbes get to meet. Family gathering says so. The doctors read until when it is not possible to read anymore. They get some collections. One of my best reads by Tony Bazan. And because I'm an ardent reader, I try reading so much. I read including everything. This is a speed reading course. It has sometimes you get What do you make of this in a book? Book with the title Speed Reading, my friend. If you want to be a speed reader with retention of whatever has been read and comprehending it to a point of reproducing it in an exam, here's your guy. Oh, and one of my best all-time reads, one of the few guys that I read from before we get to that one. Financial management. Big volume, a lot of calculations. Who makes out what this is? But friends, this is where to go to. And this is a book that we shall be reading with you in the course of this book collection and reading. We will be speed reading with you. I'll be bringing you up to speed, telling you from cover weekly. They say an average CEO reads a book a month, which is 12 books a year. The Fortune 500 CEOs read a book a week. Please note the volume. How many pages are we talking about here? Oh, there is a CD that comes with it. Here. Very good to say so. The volume is massive. And I think I like this because there was a saying that the whites used to use a long time on us Africans. And the saying was, if you want to hide something from an African, hide it in books. Oh, sorry. Some Africans are reading. When you're hiding about financial management in books, we're getting it out of there. And the doctor gets to invest 5,000 from this book. Peanuts. It's gonna give me 1 million. And then after you've gained all that knowledge, what do you get? What is the epitome? Oh, wait, which are the cousins? Which neighboring books do you keep? That's power, baby. The 10x rule. Grant Cardone. He's called the secret billionaire. This guy, you read from this guy, 10x rule. If you're not first, you're last. The millionaire, be obsessed or be average. If you're in business, this book. If you're in service, this book. If you don't have goals, this book. If you do have goals and you don't meet them, this guy, Grant Cardone. Hey, we haven't even mentioned the likes of Zig Ziglar, Napoleon Hill. We haven't scratched the surface. Dale Carnegie. No! Have you ever read a book that's called How to Stop Worrying and Start Living? When a person is on the verge of committing suicide and you read the book and it turns your life. When you have difficulty, when everybody in your workplace does not get to understand that you are special in your own way and you have your weaknesses and everybody comes up to you in arms and they want to take you out, we're gonna be looking at from this point going forward, this was just an introduction. But we're going to be looking at myriads of books. Sometimes you're going to be taking 2 books, 3 books in a week, because most of them I've read them. I'm actually now challenging myself. Currently reading from Angela Duckworth. Grit, one of the best books in the market. The difference between those people who work hard and those who work smart. The difference between the people who have talent and those who have talent, but they have put more effort in that talent. And how to get there. How to teach your children to have, and how to teach your students even to the teachers. And how to teach your interns even to the lecturers. And even to teach your juniors to the employers. How to have grit. Grit, that's power. Grit means the passion, the oomph, the zeal that comes with a person's readiness to achieve a certain goal. So, welcome to my channel. My name again is Dr. Alex. I will be reading with you a book every day of the week, every week of the month, every month of the year, until we get to have a community of readers. And if you have a book that you want me to read, bring it on. We will read everything. religion, business, and where to go, because this channel is going to millions of people, millions of hours. So if everybody is working, it might not be our common goal, all of us, to be wealthy, but it is a common goal to have a coin to dangle. Remember, we shall be reading The Richest Man in Babylon.